two speakers we have actually are coming from the same company. So one of them is the chief of design, the other on the architecture side, both from Smart Things. So Smart Things is interesting. They raised about $1.2 million on Kickstarter, so sort of the biggest Kickstarter raise in the Internet of Things space. And James is going to talk about designing the Internet of Things. So I'm going to welcome up James Stolp. Thank you, James.
Good morning. I'm a designer, and I love technology, so for me, these are really exciting times. Apologies. Wait a minute. Design, thanks to the efforts of designers and companies that have focused on building beautiful products that are also usable, design has entered the vocabulary of the consumer and is now part of the decisions that they make about what technology and products to add to their lives. This trend has impacted the growth rate and acceleration curve of three key phases of the evolution of the internet. The knowledge graph, the social graph, and now the Internet of Things, or the physical graph, which promises to bring everyday objects all around us online. Let's think about the knowledge graph for just a moment. It's pretty amazing, actually. All of the world's knowledge and experience and data, indexed, searchable, at the tip of your finger, within seconds from almost anywhere in the world. But it didn't start that way. It actually started as something much more basic and harder to use. It was the steady march of design together with technology that innovated and revolutionized the user interface of the knowledge graph and made it something that is part of our everyday lives. And what about the social graph? Who knew just a few years ago that we would be connecting with so many friends and family and sharing so much every day with them? Again, it was designed together with technology that revolutionized the interface of the social graph and made it more readily accessible and something that we do every day. So where are we in this? So ultimately, these infinitely complex things, the knowledge graph and the social graph, are made invisible. They're all around us and influence everything that we do. They're always evolving and adapting to us. So where are we today with the physical graph and applying design and technology effectively? I'd say that we're just out of the starting blocks. And we have a lot of work to do to realize the full potential of the physical graph to change the world around us. Fortunately, we've been here before, and we can look at what we've done with the knowledge graph and with the social graph to get some idea of where to go from here together. So here are a few ideas that I have about things that we should all keep in mind as we work together to make the physical graph a reality. One, make it easy. This is about reduction of time to value for your customers. How quickly can they purchase your product, get it out of the box, install it, and begin to get real value out of it? We need to reduce that time to value as much as possible. We need to make the Internet of Things intelligent, and it's not just about individual devices and what they're capable of, but it's also about connecting them to the cloud and tapping into the context and data that's available there to make them more intelligent and personal. We need to make it open, so not just the device itself in the cloud, but also how does it interact with other devices? How do devices work together to reduce friction and make the usability that much better for the customer? Let's make it mobile, not just because we all have a mobile phone in our pockets and in our hands, but because the mobile phone is also an important part of the physical graph and collects data and can provide context to you that can influence and personalize the user experience. We need to make this beautiful in industrial design and software design because beauty creates an emotional connection with your customers, and that's going to make it that's going to make the physical graph something that really explodes. As designers, we need to learn new tricks sometimes, and software designers have had to do this over the last several years in terms of being agile. Now I believe that this applies to industrial design and hardware development as well. So we need to focus on rapid iteration and quickly adapting to our customers' needs. Ultimately, we need to do this together as makers and developers and designers, as a community focused on standards and common approaches to the challenges in order to really realize the full potential of the physical graph. And ultimately, that is to make it livable, something that disappears seamlessly into our lives and allows the physical world around us to adapt and respond to us. So that's something that I'm focused on, is creating this community and this discussion. And I'd like you, I'm available at build.smartthings.com. I'd like to continue the conversation there, and I look forward to seeing you. Thank you,
James.